These parables also show us the means of advancing the kingdom are seemingly insignificant, right? The parables of the mustard seed and the leaven are designed to demonstrate the unexpected nature in which the kingdom is established in the world. Many in Jesus' day and in ours, and we see this all throughout church history, believe that the kingdom would come through the strength and the might of men. Yet Jesus inaugurated the kingdom into the world like a seed or like a touch of leaven. The importance of these images is not solely to show us that the kingdom will continue to grow until it one day finally fills everything, but rather that the means of kingdom growth do not, in our minds, directly relate to the outcome. What I mean by that is, if I hand you an acorn, right? And you just look at this acorn and you go, how in the world does that thing become an oak tree? Right? This doesn't look like it has anything to do with the end result. Right? If you looked at a big oak tree and you went, that thing came from that thing, you would go, there's something else happening here. Jesus does that for us. Jesus goes, okay, my kingdom's coming in the world. Okay, Lord, how do I do this? Do you need me to take up a sword to fight for you? Do you need me to go and reach lots of people? Hey, and the church falls really, really prey to this. It's when pragmatism gets baked into what we do and we start to lose the potency of the means that he's given us because under really potentially good intentions, more people will hear. But we actually forsake it. We forsake the means. Here's the means, right? Jesus says the means are gather together and worship me. Gather together and hear the proclamation of my truth. Pray. You want to talk about an acorn that doesn't look anything like the oak tree? Go sit in a room and talk to the God that you cannot see and ask him to do what he promised that he would do while you feel like you're wasting your time and energy because you could be doing something way more effective for the Lord. Right? I all know you guys. We know us, right? We could be doing some serious stuff. We're talented people. God goes, I don't need your talent. I don't need your potency. I don't need your ability to establish my kingdom in the world. What I need is your weakness. What I need is your need. What I need is your dependency. I need your desperation. I need you to gut yourself out from every imagination that you could accomplish the grandiose work of my all-encompassing reign in the world. Get rid of it. Hit your face and do what I said. Call upon my name. Ask me, let your kingdom come, let your will be done. The means don't really look like the end. And hey, I've been saying this a couple weeks, but I want to say it again. They're going to continue to look that way until he comes back. Here is a small deception that I think has troubled the church throughout its history. I think the church will sometimes have this idea that if we do the small and hard and faithful and monotonous and hidden things for a little while, then there will get some momentum and we'll have some money around and we'll have some power and we'll have some prestige and then we can really get to work. And we exchange the means that Jesus gave us. It's not like you do the pick up your cross and die thing until you get a little bit of influence in the world and then you don't have to do it anymore. This is the way his kingdom is coming. You want to follow me? Come, any and all who are weary, all who are desperate, all who are broken. It does not matter. Every tongue, tribe, people, nation, I don't care what you're bringing into the room. I don't care what your story is. I don't care what your past is. I don't care what you did in the past, God would say. Come, one and all. Come to the foot of the cross, receive mercy, and then take it up and follow in my way. How presumptuous are we that Jesus would establish more of his kingdom through us in a way that is different than his glorious Son. How did Jesus inaugurate the kingdom? He who was in the form of God did not consider equality with God something to be grabbed onto for his own advantage, so he clothed himself in humility and service, taking on the form of a slave, going to the lowest place, emptying his life out unto death. Why? So that God would give him a name above every name, so that he would be the king over all the earth. I do not want us to exchange the way of the kingdom for the way of the world. And we don't graduate out of it. It isn't like we just have to suffer through that for a couple years. And then things will get going, and now we get to have the easy way of the world. Like the narrow path is all of a sudden gonna change to the broad one. Jesus said, until you see my face, take up your cross and die. How often, Lord? Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day as we walk in the way of our master.